You know what? Sometimes social media actually comes through. And in this case, I learned about the world of Amazon video game mystery boxes when I saw it being discussed on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it now. And I'll admit it kind of piqued my curiosity a bit as to what exactly you would end up getting if you ordered a box of 10 different games from one of these services. So I did just that. In fact, this is the spot that I ordered it from, and it was the one that was mostly being linked to in the discussion online. And in this case, they have it at like $55, but it can end up coming out to $45 with a discount the first time you order it because it's actually a subscription. Now, in here, we have mixed games, PS2, PS3 games, Wii games, Xbox OG, Xbox 360 games, and then you can also just go down to 5 of each. I picked 10 mixed games, and today we're going to see exactly what they sent. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. I do want to point out a few things here. So while you can change it up and do PS2, PS3, Wii, Xbox OG, Xbox 360, I picked 10 mixed games, mostly because I was just curious what they would grab out of their bag of games and just see what they would throw in there. And then I was also interested in the overall condition of the game. So it's one thing if you get a bunch of like cheapo games. It's another if they show up and they're all busted or something there, right? So I'm at least hoping that there is some level of quality control. Now, the one thing they do mention here is you can deselect types of games. They're like rated M, connect or accessory games, sports games. I did deselect sports games, but it seemed like it was framed in the way of I'd prefer not to get sports games, so we'll see if I still get some here. Hopefully checking that off makes it so it's not just all sports games or something there. But let's go open this box up and see what I got. So my expectations for this are pretty low at the $45 price, and there being 10 different games in here. It took a little while to show up, I guess, because they went USPS media mail, which sometimes can take more than a week to get to you. This one took like 4 or 5 days, I think. And looking around, I got a nice little hole here. I can sort of see a case in there. I think it's green, so I guess that's going to be an Xbox game of some kind. Now, they do allow you to pick which games you want to be in here. Specifically, if you want sports games, you can check that off the list, which I did. I didn't want to get like some random, Madden 2009 or something. So I'm very curious what they decided to stuff in here for about $45. So let's open this up and find out. Okay, first look inside. Immediately hit with the Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation 3. You know what? I'm not against just getting more PlayStation 3 games, so that's not bad. It doesn't have the case, obviously, with it. It looks okay. Okay, all right. So you know what? Battlefield 4, not off to a terrible start, although immediately right underneath of that is FIFA 16, and I'm pretty sure I checked off no sports games, or I guess just not a ton of sports games, because then right underneath of that is Madden 17, so I'm not off to a great start with these. I guess technically this is complete. I mean, they don't really have like manuals or anything with it. Let me put this off to the side here so we can get a look at each game. So I immediately Madden 17. All right. And then NBA 2K14. I checked it off, and I'm getting sports games, quite a few of them, actually. So right now I have FIFA, Madden, NBA. I feel like I'm not working in the right direction when it comes to the $45. Maybe they're building me up with a lot of these cheaper sports games to give me something good in here. That's a Wii game coming up. Let's see, we have Shaun White Snowboarding Road Trip. This is the one that does use the Wii balance board. Yeah, the case has seen better days with like some water damage on the cover art. Let's see, the disc actually looks all right. I feel like I remember playing. I didn't play this one on the Wii back in the day. I feel like I played this on, I want to say it was the Xbox 360. It could have been the PS3, but I do remember playing this, and it was okay. I still prefer like SSX, which they did eventually bring that back that generation, and that was really fun. But I guess in this case, I can break out the balance board and relive the old days of the Wii and its peripherals. Let's see. We then have Cabela's Dangerous Hunts. I mean, would you count this as a sports game? It is recycled. And I'm starting to understand that the trend here, the mystery game section does appear to be, I feel like, a lot of games that are kind of just thrown in the bargain bin. They package them together and you get it in a box. Although, we do have a Wii U game with a hole in the middle here. But you know what? Wii U games in general are, I don't want to say becoming like incredibly rare because there are some that are very common. But Wii U games, I think that's a collection that will be somewhat valuable in the future, mostly because there just weren't a lot of systems obviously out there. So they didn't necessarily print a bunch of them for any one game. Now, some Nintendo first-party games did get a lot of prints, but certain third-party games just shot up in value. Obviously, Devil's third, but even something like from Nintendo, Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U is like $100 or more, I think. Don't really believe that Snoopy's Grand Adventure with a hole in the middle is worth much, but technically I did not have this Wii U game, so there you go. Next up, we have Topspin 3 on the Xbox 360. I did enjoy Topspin back in the day. That was mostly when I feel like it had first come out on the original Xbox. I think it was even paired with a game, if I'm not mistaken. This was from, looks like I got a receipt from 2011 in here, and even then, this was $10. So yeah, again, not the most valuable titles, but you can have some fun with Topspin. I am struggling when it comes to sports games. I don't know what happened there exactly. And unfortunately, it continues because then I have NCAA 2008 football. Maybe when I clicked no sports games, they really thought I meant, hey, put all the sports games you can find in here. Or if you don't click that, they give you nothing but sports games. Although, would I have a Wii U, copy of Snoopy, and Battlefield 4 so far with the mystery box. Next, we have NHL 2K9 on the Wii. And I remember playing NHL back in the day on, I remember when it really made its way to the 360 a few years in, it was pretty good. But 2K9, I think I just mostly played EA's version of NHL. I don't really know if I ever played around with any of the 2K series, although the Wii version of these sports games always did some interesting things with like the Wii Remote and the motion controls. Like this has Wii Remote shooting and Wii Remote fighting. That sounds fun. So I guess they kind of bring over the boxing from Wii Sports and you're fighting and grabbing people by the jersey and punching them. I don't know. I wonder how in-depth that is. Let me know if you played any of the NHL 2K games on the Wii that had fighting in it. And they don't really advertise it anywhere on the front. That seems like something I would put right here. Fight, grab, and punch your opponent with the Wii Remote, and then you can also play hockey. Well, we have one more game left, and fortunately, it's not a sports title. It's the South Park Stick of Truth Platinum Hits on the Xbox 360, which means they want to spite me with this silver-looking, annoying spine for the bookshelf. Put in the collection. You can always pick out those Platinum Hits, but Stick of Truth, good game. Oh, this one has cracking though. This was a situation that was ongoing constantly with the Xbox 360 games, and I feel like it was because of this right here. So they went through a couple iterations, and this one was the worst with the 360, kind of little spindle part you push down on. It had like all these tiny little teeth that go around the edges, and I swear this would cause the center to crack. And in fact, this one has kind of splintering, but then also just outright cracks going into sort of this foil right now. And when that would happen, I mean, it was a matter of time before it found its way out into the data itself on the disc. So this one, unfortunately, being cracked, it's on a countdown timer at this point from when it goes into the case, taken out. I mean, you can see it as I kind of push that down. You get that, you hear that? It's just the worst sound. But Stick of Truth, hey, that's at least a good one to end on. But I do want to say, the games that I got at $45 total, so $4.50. Again, Battlefield 4, that's not bad. But for the most part, a lot of sports games. So I guess keep that in mind if you decide to pick one of these up. Most likely, at least half of the mystery box, the package you're going to get, are probably going to be older sports games that are a dollar or two generally in bargain bins. So in the end, based on my experience here, I can't recommend the 10 mixed games mystery box from Amazon. I guess when I checked no sports games for my preference, it was basically, okay, we'll just give you some sports games, which ended up being, it felt like anyway, half of the total games. I almost wonder if I didn't check that, if it would be like 8 sports games or maybe the entire thing being sports games. So that's very unfortunate, obviously, as those are the least exciting things to get in some of these boxes. But while I can't recommend the 10 mixed games here for Amazon, they have some other ones like the PS2, PS3, the Xbox OG, the Xbox 360, and apparently there's an entire rabbit hole to go down with these different mystery boxes on places like eBay. So let me know if you enjoyed seeing this. We could maybe try it again in the future, and maybe my luck won't be as bad then. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.